Hello, in this polymedia of the Internet Information Search course, we are going to talk about search engines. Search engines are the way that right now, well, actually search engines, or what are called search engines. It's the way that we all search the Internet now, and they displace directories in the way we search. Search engines really have three parts. Before I tell you what search engines there are, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how they work. First, they have a program called a spider or robot that searches, arrives at a website with many links, and follows each one of the links and compiles the information there. And compiles the information that is on the pages of those links. It is continually searching and continually looking to see if the pages have changed their content to compile them again. It collects the address, it collects the content, some tags that the developers put to identify them, and all this is stored in a megabase of data, which is this, which is what is called index. The index is a megabase of data that is never complete because the search engines are always filling it with new information, in which the content of the pages and builds up parallel tables with an index that allows, when someone does a search, to return the most relevant pages. This is the process of noting where the words appear, and builds the indices based on its own weighting system. The algorithm used to build these indexes is the best kept secret, for example, of Google, which is called PageRank, or any other, because it is what allows you to have an advantage over the competition and return better results when you search, for example, pizzeria in Valencia. There are millions of pages that says pizzeria and others that says Valencia. So they have a series of guidelines for depending on the content also. They look at what pages link to your page, and if those pages are highly linked, because if you are highly linked by highly linked pages, you are very popular. Then you come up higher. With that, they set up the algorithm, and finally the third part of the search engine would be here, because this is the store and this is the query. Client is what we see is the window where we enter the text actually. The query client is getting more and more advanced in the search engine. You could put a word or a combination of words, but now you can put synonyms, and sometimes it interprets similar things. In fact, it tends to what is called the semantic web, which means that in the future, they pretend that you put a phrase as you say it to another person. For example, what pizzerias can be found in a radius of 3 kilometers, and you get the pizzerias instead of putting pizzerias 3 kilometers, Valencia, or etc. Then this is the idea of where they want that component to go. Right now, what I'm going to do is to tell you a little bit about the most famous generic search engines. We have Google, which we all know, and in Spain, Google has 92% of the searches carried out, so practically everything in Spain is searched in Google. In the United States, for example, Bing, which is the search engine of Microsoft, already has more rate in the searches. More percentage, and I think that Google is over 60-something%. In the last report on the subject, we also have a Yahoo search engine that uses Alta Vista, the same engine, and it is very curious because Yahoo has come to an agreement with Bing, so Yahoo searches use the Bing engine and Alta Vista searches use the Yahoo engine. Come on, it is very easy. If we do the same search, we will see that Bing and Yahoo return the same results, and Alta Vista returns a little different, and then we have another search engine, which is Ask, that in theory pretends to be more oriented to ask semantic questions. If they get it or not is a matter of trying it out. And the last thing I will tell you is that there is an index in Wikipedia, there is an index of search engines in which we can see. Now we will see which local search engines are based on which one, etc., etc. I am going to make a small review of, for example, the Google search engine. For example, we can search for astronomy. You can see that he already proposes a suggestion. They have been incorporating functionalities, and he proposes what he thinks we are looking for. The most performed searches with what we are entering, and below is already leaving us the search. If we give here to astronomy, tells us that there are 15 million results. It gives us the most important ones with images and so on. In Bing, for example, I do not have it open. I am going to open it. www.bing.com. Bing presents a different image each time they have tried a little more. What is the graphical interface? Let's put here astronomy. and you will see the same thing here, that in Google we have not seen it, but it also has some recommended links. These links that appear here are paid links, these and these and these, and these are the searches that it considers most relevant in Google is exactly the same. We go here in astronomy, we do not get anything. But if we put pizzeria, we can see clearly that it puts us up here some of payment, and then we get the Wikipedia pizzeria result, which is the one which is the most important. All these are paid. Well, we can see also the Yahoo search engine, sorry. I have gone to Alta Vista, the Yahoo one, and put here astronomy. We will see here the same thing. The Wikipedia page, also here we have it by tabs, pictures, videos, news, or look for it in Ask, which is ask.com. And here you have the same thing. You have some results of payment that come out in a light blue color. And then over here we have, plus this one also has us here, questions and answers. Most popular questions and answers. What I told you I was going to tell you at the end, which is the list of search engines. Because we have the generalist ones even, because this is the Chinese one. There is one in Russia. Then we have the meta search engines. Then we have the limited geographic limit search engines, well, of different topics. As you can see, there are a lot of them. And then at the end, we can go to see which one is based on. Which one, for example, based on Yahoo Alta Vista and based on Bing and Yahoo Search. What I was telling you. And well, with this, I have already given you a general image of what are the search engines of the internet. Let's see. I have to go. Until the next Polymedia.